Kanye West and Ty Dolla Sign are set to drop their new collab album Vultures this Friday.
Just more than just a moment. In the morning, you'll be running back to me.
Conflicted, bro. I just wanted people to like me more. But that, bro!
Why is Taylor Swift's career destined to die because of Kanye West's upcoming album? The news about Kanye's collaboration with Ty Dolla Sign has been making waves on the internet for several months now. Additionally, I would like to inform you that this new album will be out sooner than you anticipate and will absolutely blow your mind. This is the reason why. Nowadays, all it takes to be a successful musician is to locate the ideal record company, sign a contract, and follow the guidelines. Additionally, your chances of having your voice heard globally are extremely low to non-existent if you are not affiliated with any of the major record labels. But now there's Kanye West, the infamous rapper with a very limited reach and capacity who has been banned by every network and is not only no longer associated with the big names. The man is also prohibited from using popular music services like Apple Music. Therefore, it's significant and possibly even the beginning of a new era that Kanye, despite all the hardships and obstacles in his way, has managed to rise to the top of the industry and become a megastar. And period in which you can achieve success without the endorsement of anyone, and where you can break through without the help of a record label. There will be a number of knock-on impacts that could alter the way the music industry functions as a whole. Therefore, it's a really wonderful thing, especially for the next generation, whether you love or loathe Kanye. However, if things don't work out, it may also be disastrous. Not only is this going to be the most significant album for Kanye, but it may end up being the most significant record in the history of the music business. Recall how the internet went crazy when Ty Dolla Sign shared the entire 18-song tracklist for his upcoming Kanye collaboration. Some were anticipating Kanye's comeback with excitement, while others were not. Naturally, some others had their fingers crossed and were indifferent. It simply serves to highlight how important this record is. There have been a number of historic releases in the past that have gained immense popularity and prominence. This record, though, is a little bit different. It's more akin to a watershed, an odd time for the music business as a whole. Although Kanye has undoubtedly undertaken a number of behind-the-scenes return attempts, this one is the biggest and most audacious yet. You have to concur with me that Kanye's influence is too great for anyone or any label to ignore, regardless of how divisive he may be. Kanye has gradually returned to the public eye over the years, and this year more than any other. It seems as though he had everything worked out and ready to go from the beginning. Do you recall Rihanna's halftime shows at the Super Bowl? The majority of them included songs that Kanye had produced or appeared on, like Bitch Better Have My Money, Run This Town, All of the Lights, in 4 to 5 seconds. But that wasn't all. His return just kept stumbling until it reached heaven to me. The song Estate Sale by Taylor the Creator was made available, and it features Kanye's name in the production credit. That was also a first. People had never before effortlessly listened to music featuring the Ye touch. In actuality, it was 2023's biggest rap album. And there's Travis Scott's well-known song Utopia. We can all agree, after all, that Ye sent Travis Scott that song as a gift. Everything about it, from the composition to the production, is infused with his musical DNA. But that's not all. Travis went one step further and invited Ye to attend his show in Rome as a special guest. In front of 120,000 people, Travis thanked Ye for inspiring not just his most recent album, but also the entirety of his musical career. Not to mention the millions of people that stream live online. Artists want to be associated with Kanye, even though the industry may not. I suppose it explains why Kanye today has more monthly Spotify listeners than he has ever had in his entire music career, while being a blackballed artist prohibited from Apple Music. And guess what? In 2023, was the 13th artist with the most Spotify plays? Correct? It's not Kanye. And now that he's cooking something new, what can we possibly anticipate? Kanye will, however, be revealing himself in the record. Although I am aware that everyone anticipates Kanye to spend the entire album discussing all the horrible things that have happened to him over the last few years, he won't actually be doing that. I think it was a wise choice, despite the fact that he might not delve deeply into personal matters, based on the teases I've heard and the tracklist I've seen, particularly from the song New Body. I'm very sure he'll offer his most profound, candid, and divisive ideas throughout all 18 of the tracks. We'll rely on his demeanor, charm, and attitude to help us understand clearly where he is in life right now. We'll then help the song reach the top of the charts and the heart of clubs by tying it in with his features and providing production assistance. What Kanye does will either be captivating or damaging to listeners. Now, I am aware that everyone was talking about the contentious shirt that Kanye was sporting in the most recent video clip, the one with the eagle from the German apartment. But believe me, I believe Kanye intended the incident merely as a way to mock the media. I believe he also wants to associate the album with a symbol of strength and power. And the eagle, I suppose, does that really nicely. Thus, this album will be an incredible journey from beginning to end thanks to the combination of Ty's divine melodies and Ye's boldness, as well as the contributions of great producers like Kimberland and Metro Boomin. Everyone believes that Ty Dolla Sign will inspire potential since he has a clean slate and is the glue bringing everything together. They still face a number of difficulties, though, including locating a suitable venue for their performance and a reliable distributor. After fighting for their vision, Ye and Ty are now seeing it come to pass. The excitement for this Ye and Ty song is only increased by the Travis Scott feature and the involvement of Steve Lacy, Lil Baby, Young Thug, and Freddie Gibbs. The most recent teaser of the album's lead single that we have heard suggests that Kanye's sample of the well-known Backstreet Boys is a reflection of the past that eventually represents his return and this exciting new phase of his career. However, why is the industry afraid? As we all know, the majority of the well-known record labels in the business have declined over time. We may not even need labels, as demonstrated by the fact that Kanye and Ty Dolla Sign, despite being blacklisted by all of the major players, including Apple Music, the second biggest streaming service in the world, managed to release hits off their album and reach a sizable audience. If this endeavor succeeds, it would demonstrate that any artist, regardless of size, popularity, or disdain, may achieve success despite what the powerful wish to dictate. Most labels don't think it looks that great either. The independent music scene has been growing up until this point, but the record industry has always written it off as being too little to have any effect on how they do business. But with a celebrity like Kanye West, he's not just dispelling myths about the ability of independent musicians, he's also demonstrating that you can be successful even if you're barred from every path the industry advises you to follow. And it will produce an undeniably important cultural moment that will, inadvertently or otherwise, make people realize the full power of contemporary artists. The industry is currently afraid for this reason. Things would be completely different if Kanye succeeded in freeing other musicians from their record label agreements. If he is successful in doing this, it will liberate a great deal of creatives worldwide, because it would imply that anyone may enter the music industry with their own ideas and see it grow. It might even persuade well-known musicians to completely abandon the record label industry. Having said that, I'm just going to relax and take in the show as everyone else in the business goes bonkers about Kanye West's return and all the fallout that will ensue. What are your thoughts on this new album? What impact will it have on the music business overall and on Kanye's legacy? What impact will it have on the music business overall and on Kanye's legacy? Tell us in the comments below.